The thing that is so chilling about this is that they're just hours away from killing somebody. And you know they did, because otherwise I wouldn't be reacting to this. I'm not a proponent of the death penalty at all. I just don't think it's equally applied and whatever. But if there's ever a reason for it, this would be it.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
So I just want to give a shout out to our new sponsor, CyberGhost. You know, my grandma uses CyberGhost, okay? I didn't even know what it was. She brought it to my attention. And CyberGhost encrypts all her traffic, and it hides her IP address, which I'm wondering why she wants to do that, but it does. And it keeps her anonymous, so it actually protects her. It could be streaming some old crime flick on Netflix from the U.S. catalog, or, I don't know, let's be real. She's probably scoping out deals for contraband sites. I don't know what she's doing. My grandma's actually a little more uptight, than I am, but she really is worried about her security. And so with servers in over 100 countries, she's got options. And it's very simple to use. You just 2 clicks and she's on the other side of the world. One subscription covers 7 devices, so she can hook up her burner phone, her dusty laptop, and even her grandkids' iPad when they're not ratting her out. So CyberGhost has over 38 million users, 20,000 excellent reviews on Trustpilot, so you know they're good. So right now, you or grandma can grab it for $2.03 a month plus 4 months free. Let me just restate that. $2.03 a month with 4 months free. So you've got absolutely nothing to lose. That's 84% off. That's just on our deal alone. Nobody else gets this deal. With a 45-day money-back guarantee, so it's totally risk-free, and the link is down below. Support the channel, stay safe online, because privacy isn't just for the guilty. Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I am Bruce Rivers, your board-certified criminal defense lawyer. Gives you all the news and information you need to carry on your life, because you can't live without this shit. Can you? Neither can I. Before we get to we're reacting today to a 16-year-old killer's video diary. How's that for a headline grabber? We're just all about clickbait. We just want to get you in, get the views, and no, we're not about that. We're about to entertain you and educate you about true crime and other things going on. But before we get to anything, I got a couple of letters here, and you guys are just so nice. This Mina Rose. Nice, thank you. About condolences and all that kind of stuff. And Gigi Flynn, thank you. You guys send nice cards and condolence letters. I'm not gonna lie, it's tough some days. But if you are struggling with drugs, don't be too fucking prideful to get some help. If you're dealing with somebody who's struggling with drugs, don't give up on them. Don't give up on them. Fucking don't give up on them. Don't give them a pass, because, when you're on drugs, guess what you do? You lie, you cheat, you steal. You're kind of a dick to people around you, but you're still a good human being deep down, and you need somebody to care for you. I fucking hate drugs, honestly. So the condolences, and I'm getting cards and stuff from everybody, and I don't read them all. I mean, I read them all, but I don't mention them all. And just know if you've sent me something, I will get in and pay it forward, because drugs are just a scourge of our society. And some people, what can you take that it takes your freedom, takes your health, and takes your money, but God damn it, I ought to have more of it. You know what I mean? Nobody wants that. And everybody's depressed who takes hard drugs. Anyway, help those who need help. So before we get to our teenage killer on our channel that was so crafted by our former content genius that you knew as Michael Rivers, we are, God rest his soul, we are going to say to you that this is brought to you by AskALawyer.com. You got it, AskALawyer.com. AskALawyer.com is an effective way if you're a grandma living in the basement and you think you're being mistreated, or you have an OnlyFans feet page and you're dealing meth out of your basement and you have all these legal issues. Am I being abused by my grandson? Can I make more money? And do I need an LLC for my OnlyFans feet page? Am I going to get in trouble for dealing meth out of my grandson's basement? Those are the kind of questions that face most grandmas today. Well, where do they go to answer those questions? They go to AskALawyer.com. Same people that brought you eForms and eSign.
They have live lawyers, real lawyers for $49. You can't beat that. They also have an AI component. So if you're doing your own research, you can get a brief, or you can get your own research done through their AI. So go to askalawyer.com, a very loyal sponsor for CLR, and they're just quality folks. Okay, so this is a cold reaction. I have not seen this. And I always say there's nothing like a good homicide between friends, right? Except for when it's teenagers.
These videotapes would first appear ordinary to the unsuspecting eye.
Oh, by the way, this is with Ewu. Explore with us. And so make sure that you give them some love as well.
However, as you continue to watch, it becomes abundantly clear that something is wrong.
So we're gonna fucking kill her and her friends, and we're gonna keep moving on. I heard some news about Kirsten. She's gonna be home alone from 6 to 7, so we might kill her, then drive over to Cassie's thing and scare the shit out of them, then kill them one by one.
Hello, this is Bruce. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so what did we learn? I mean, first of all, the act of recording your own crimes. What do I preach? Stop self-snitching, right? I mean, I don't understand why people do this. This is not some kind of accident. This is not some kind of situation where, I can argue self-defense. This is bald-faced, first-degree, premeditated murder.
One.
Only small snippets of the videotapes filmed by teen killers Brian Draper and Tori Adamczyk have been available to the public until now. The majority of the following footage has never been seen before. These are the lost tapes of the screen killers. Police Deputy Karen Hatch arrived at a residence on Whispering Cliffs Drive in Pocatello, Idaho. The home belonged to Allison and Frank Contreras, who had recently returned from a weekend trip. Their 13-year-old daughter, Kelsey Contreras, discovered her cousin, Cassie Jo Stoddard, lying deceased on the family's living room floor.
Nothing's worse than the death of a child. And to have, I don't know how old this is. This might be really old because if it's actually videotape, when's the last time anybody used a cassette tape or, VHS or, you know what I mean? The sheer act of hurting somebody is just so antithetical to what we're about as human beings, right? We try to help people. The power goes out in my dad's neighborhood. What does he do? He puts coffee on the grill, on his gas grill, and he brings it around to people. That's what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to do this shit. But the young male brain can't see beyond tomorrow. Can't see consequences.
Hello, Cassie.
Allison immediately called 911.
Okay, what's going on?
Somebody looks dead on my flag. Oh my God, it's my cousin's daughter. I need an ambulance.
Let me get you order medical. Stay on the line.
Oh God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Get everybody out. There's a girl dead on my floor.
Honey, is she breathing?
No, she isn't. She's cold. Oh my God.
She's cold as cut?
She's cold.
Hey, you want...
We watch these things. We watch scenes about murder, it's such a huge cottage industry, right? Think of all the different shows, NCIS, all the way back to Murder, She Wrote, When you actually encounter somebody that's been unalived or killed, or you actually have the opportunity to witness an autopsy or go through an autopsy, or you actually come in contact with a dead body, it is just a different animal. It is not antiseptic. The way this is antiseptic, us just talking about this, right? We didn't know who Cassie was. We don't have emotional attachment to her, but it is real.
Do you want to start CPR?
Her fingers are blue.
Okay, how old is she?
She's 16, 17. And her mom just drove up here. She's dead.
Okay, hon, we're going to get him coming, okay?
Oh my God, okay.
Cassie's body was in a state of lividity. She was face up, wearing star-studded yellow pajama pants and a white spaghetti-strap tank top. Her face fell to the right and her arms were raised over her head.
So you just heard the term lividity. Lividity is, when we're laying down, what color are we? We're pink, or, we got our good color, right? And that's because heart is beating and it's moving the blood around the body. It's circulating around the body. Lividity is when you're laying down and the blood goes to the lowest point in the body. So you'll see the back will be all blue, from the blood pooling in areas. And so that's what they're talking about.
Elbows slightly bent. Most notably, she was covered in multiple stab wounds. The two most observable were at the center of her chest and on her left leg. Cassie was a well-rounded, trustworthy, and responsible 16-year-old girl. She was shy and loved music and art, and funny, with a great sense of humor. She performed well in school and aspired to be an attorney. Responsible as Cassie was, her aunt and uncle entrusted her with the task of watching over their home for the weekend. She agreed to help. Cassie's mother, Anna Stoddard, dropped her off to house sit, watching as she left their white Jeep Cherokee, walked up to the front door, and entered the home before driving away. This would be the last time she saw her daughter alive. Brian Lee Draper was a 16-year-old junior at Pocatello High School. He loved horror movies and played the drums.
I've always wanted to make a mark on the world and stuff.
I always wanted to make a mark on the world and stuff. I just don't get that desire. That desire. I want to go out with a bang, fuck everybody. The lack of compassion, the lack of humanity, the lack of, concern for your fellow man or woman. It kind of reminds me of when Versace was killed. Remember that guy? I mean, he went around the country. He was on the run and he just wanted to do whatever he did just for the sake of, and then he wound up killing himself. It just doesn't make sense. It just seems like life can be better than this.
And this is a good way to do it.
Tori Michael Adamczyk, also a 16-year-old junior at Pocatello High School, lined his locker with horror movie posters and aspired to be a filmmaker.
For all you FBI agents watching this, you weren't quick enough.
The two developed a close friendship, one that would ultimately foster their dark, violent tendencies.
Doesn't that kind of remind you of Columbine?
Brad is supposed to happen tonight, so hopefully nothing will go wrong.
Most others were unaware of the boy's nature. Some would comment on how friendly and happy Draper seemed, not knowing the aspects of Draper's personality that worshiped the perpetrators of the Columbine massacre, and was planning on executing a similar attack on Pocatello High School. Adamczyk, equally disturbed, shared in these dark interests, though not nearly as interested in Columbine. While Draper outwardly appeared more innocent, it was reported that others knew something about Adamczyk was off. Looking for pleasure and fame, the two decided they would chronicle their journey to murdering someone exactly as the killers had in the horror movie Scream. Ultimately, they developed a plan to murder their friend, Cassie Jo Stoddard. Immediately preceding the murder, Draper and Adamczyk parked down the street from the Contreras' home and stepped out of Adamczyk's car. They retrieved a soccer bag containing 2 sets of gloves, 2 long-sleeved black shirts, 4 knives, 2 masks, and a pair of work boots from the trunk.
So when you had this level of planning and this level of malevolence, for lack of a better word, if you're in a death penalty state, this would be death penalty eligible.
Draper handed Adamczyk a knife and took one himself before the two proceeded to walk toward the home with a singular goal in mind. They would terrorize and slaughter their 2 unsuspecting friends, Cassie and Matt. Earlier that night, the two had visited and watched a movie with the couple. Draper made an excuse to go down into the basement of the home, where he unlocked a door leading into the garage, preparing for the events to come. When the two would re-enter hours later, they cut the lights using an electrical panel conveniently located in the basement.
Acting out a movie. Acting out a movie. When you are in your teens, you are worse than a fucking toddler. And I'll tell you why. A toddler, first of all, a baby, you hold up something like this to a baby and you put it away. It's called a permanency effect. They don't realize that when it's away that it still exists. When you have a toddler, you can kind of deal with a toddler. You're in control of the toddler's world. When you're starting a teenager, when you're driving, you don't have control over that teenager anymore. And just like the baby that can't see, the object and doesn't realize what's happening, doesn't realize it doesn't exist. A teenager can't see tomorrow, can't see the consequences or the gravity of their actions. Because why? They don't have the perspective. They don't have life experience to see, if I do this now, something bad is going to happen tomorrow, especially guys. Why do you think most of my clients are men? Women have a sense of self-preservation and they get it early on.
Draper broke 2 ashtrays on the stairway in an attempt to lure Cassie downstairs to identify the source of the noise. After failing, they decided to wait for Matt to leave with the intention of attacking Cassie once she was alone. It was not long before she was. Adamczyk called Matt and learned his mother would soon pick him up. Cassie, frightened following the several odd occurrences of the night, asked if Matt could stay with her. Matt's mother refused, offering for Cassie to spend the night with them instead. Cassie, ever so responsible, chose to stay to follow through on her commitment to watch the house and the family's dogs. Following Matt's departure, Draper and Adamczyk dressed in their long-sleeved black shirts and gloves and donning red and white horror movie masks, snuck upstairs, after which Draper closed the door, hoping again to prompt Cassie to check on the noise. Attempting to lure her to no avail, the two lost their patience and approached her in the living room. Whether Draper or Adamczyk struck Cassie first, they each plunged their knives repeatedly into her chest, neck, trunk, and limbs. In total, she suffered a reported 30 stab wounds. Cassie Jo Stoddard took her final breath that night, September 22nd, 2006.
What do you think Brian Koberger's deal was? I think, was that because he just wanted to try to get away with it? Now he's presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and he may walk from that because there's not a whole lot of evidence against him. There's some, and they had a preliminary hearing. But damn it, I don't understand the thrill-seeking at the expense of a human life.
Later, Draper shared with investigators that her scream was unlike any he had heard in the horror movies he loved. He said it was real. Timestamps on the tapes run from March 2006 to September 22, 2006, the very night of the murder, revealing all of their planning leading up to that horrific night. Draper starts to narrate their immediate plan. The two are vlogging their trip to another friend's house so they can see if she's home alone, so they can kill her.
We're going for a high death count.
We're not going not to get caught, Ryan. If we're going for guns, we're just going to end it.
The first segment of the vlog clearly indicates that Draper and Adamczyk desire a high death count. This is consistent with public knowledge listing that fame motivated Stoddard's murder.
We're just going to grab the guns and get out of there and kill everybody and leave.
We're going to make history. We're going to make history.
So selfish. So ridiculous. There's no defense. There's absolutely no defense to this. And the aggravating factors are just through the roof.
Aside from ostensibly sadistic motives, fame as primary motive supports the idea that Draper and Adamczyk were highly narcissistic.
For all you FBI agents watching this, you weren't quick enough.
You weren't quick enough and you weren't smart enough. And we're going over today to Nixon's house. We're going to go snoop around over there and try to see if she's home alone or not. And if she's home alone, splat! She did.
Don't put your humor into this, Brian.
I'm not putting humor into it.
Adamczyk's reprimand of Draper's humor injection during the filming, plus Draper's quick deference, might reflect that Brian was overly submissive to Adamczyk. A subtle power dynamic characterizes Draper and Adamczyk's relationship, but it's unclear who holds more influence over the other. As we watch their plan unfold, consider which party played the most significant role in determining Cassie's fate.
Yep. People will die. Memories will fade.
That's interesting. You guys want to make a mark on history, but memories will fade. Really? And this is in 2006.
Memories will fade. I wonder what movie you got that from, Brian.
Myself. That was myself.
No wonder it was so lame.
Okay, we're on our way, and I'm gonna I'll let you stay tuned. We're almost there. Dixon's house. It's clear out there in the pasture. We've already snooped around her house a couple times. She's not home, so we're gonna go to the church over there, and we're gonna call a girl and a guy named Cassie and Matt. They're our friends, but we have to make sacrifices. So I feel tonight it is the night, and I feel really weird. It's not my stomach and stuff, and I feel like I want to kill somebody. I know that's not normal, but what the hell?
The contemplation by these people, and I'm using the word people lightly, these predators, is just palpable.
Feel we need to break away from normal life.
How bright is this light?
Because, let's say it this way. Parents, along with their parents, and so on, taught them about God, Jesus, the whole bullshit line. I'm sure you guys believe in God as well. I realized when I was in 7th grade, you don't believe in Santa Claus or vampires or werewolves. They're used to metaphor, not to let... They teach their kids back in the 1800s. I learned this in English.
Fucking gibberish. Just absolute gibberish. I'm waiting to hear at the end what happens to these fellas. It's just so, like you said, narcissistic, sadistic, and sociopathic.
In English class about telling their kids that you can't go outside or a vampire will get you, just to make their kids stay and do what they want to do. God is basically the same way.
Yep.
Trying to get people to do good, or else, so-called, you go to hell.
And we're obviously going to hell if it's real, but who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Adamchik's family members and teachers reported that he struggled with critical thinking, but here he demonstrates...
No shit. He struggled with critical thinking? That's the least of it.
...demonstrates advanced comprehension and thought surrounding complex topics. The psychological insight gleaned from the message about how allegories and religious beliefs were invented by parents so that parents could control their kids suggests that control is a very salient concept for Adamchik. And given the boys' apparent antisocial tendencies, which includes being oppositional, they perhaps felt that they could rebel. The boys rebelled against their perceived external reality by doing exactly the opposite as they best knew how.
This parenticide is not parenticide, but there's been a whole case study on people that kill their parents and they don't want to be controlled by their parents. I had a case where my client and his buddy, they went to go kill his parents. How could you convince another kid to let's go do this heinous act and ruin everybody's life, including ours? I had another client that he wanted to kill both parents so he'd get the inheritance. He shoots mom, kills mom, trying to shoot dad. Dad jumps out the window, and dad survives. So now what? He thought he was going to get an inheritance and then go to Amsterdam and open a hashish shop. Are you fucking kidding me? It's just totally devoid of any kind of common sense.
Not only did they refuse to believe in God or any associated concepts, both having grown up in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but also they did just what they seemed to gain pleasure from, killing.
It's not real because it's so blatant.
There's a term for that. It's called Schadenfreude. It means you derive pleasure from the suffering of others.
It's obvious it's not real, but
people believe it because their parents teach them, and so it's so hard for them to let go of it because they've been taught their whole life.
Yeah, I know.
But fucking the point I'm making is we are also taught that things like killing people and other thing is wrong. The only thing that it's wrong about is because it's breaking the law, and the law is only wrong. The law
natural selection, dude.
That's not the only reason it's fucking wrong. It just goes against nature. It goes against your moral principles that you're supposed to have. You know, it's okay to kill somebody if you're doing it in defense of yourself or others, or, you know, or even a humane reason. Like, you know, I've had cases where, you know, you have an elderly couple and the husband sees that the wife is suffering and gives her a fatal dose of X, Y, or Z. That's different. This is just so dark.
Because natural selection, that's all I gotta say.
There should be no law against killing people. I know it's a wrong thing, but hell, you restrict somebody from it, they're gonna want it more.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. They're gonna. We need the purge. You know, let's have the purge every day of the week, right? Give me a fucking break.
Goodbye, camera.
When Draper says that it's blatantly obvious that it's not real, he laughs.
It's so blatantly obvious it's not real, but
Given that the statement was not actually funny, he may giggle or laugh as a learned response to discomfort or cognitive dissonance. Laughter makes us comfortable when an individual detects inconsistencies in his internal world. For example, two logically incompatible thoughts like, I'm doing the right thing, and society or law says murder is wrong. One mechanism posited by some classical social psychologists is that dissonance reduction is motivational. According to Festinger's cognitive dissonance theory, cognitive dissonance is an unpleasant experience, and efforts to harmonize competing thoughts or thought behavior inconsistencies include conscious efforts to reconcile such dissonance.
my friend's too pussy to go investigate. Turn here.
Too smart.
Why are you turning there, dude?
It's fast.
Okay. Now we're gonna go over to Cassie and Matt's house. If they're home alone, we're gonna
If Cassie's house, Matt is there.
That is there. Sorry. We're gonna go. We're gonna knock on the door. We'll see who's there. We'll see if their parents are home or not. If they're home alone, we will leave our way, and then we will come back in about 10 minutes. We'll sneak in through the door because chances are they're probably in Cassie's room. So we'll sneak in the front door. We'll make a noise outside, and Matt will come out to investigate, kill him, and it will scare the shit out of Cassie.
You know, two white boys that likely have never suffered adversity except for maybe being turned down by every fucking girl in school because you probably smell like shit. I just can't stand when people harm others. When people do harm to others and that's not justified.
Cassie. Okay? Well,
Sounds like fun.
we'll stay tuned. We found our victim, and sad as it may be, she's our friend. But you know what? We all have to make sacrifices. Our first victim is going to be Cassie Stoddard and her
She's our friend.
Oh,
friends.
turn your brights off,
Well,
asshole.
yeah, we'll find out if she has friends over. She's going to be alone in a big, dark house out in the middle of nowhere.
Their intention to terrify Cassie suggests this murder might have been more personal than their desire to become world-class killers. Draper seems to express particularly strong malice toward Cassie, who he later admitted to having an unrequited crush on.
How perfect can you get? I mean, like, holy shit, dude.
I'm horny just thinking about it.
Hell yeah. So we're gonna fucking kill her and her friends, and we're gonna keep moving on. I heard some news about Kirsten. She's gonna be home alone from 6 to 7. So we might kill her, then drive over to Cassie's thing, and scare the shit out of them, then kill them one by fucking one. Hell yeah.
Why 1 by 1? Why can't it be a
2 by 2
slaughterhouse?
and 3 by 3. Because we gotta keep it classy. So yeah,
Classy.
it's gonna be extra fun.
You're evil.
Yes, I am. So are you.
No,
We're
evil
both
is
evil.
an expression.
These are a couple losers that have nothing else going on in their lives. That's why it's so important, you know, to build and not isolate, to do what you need to do to get a good education, be solid with the people around you, build your financial future, build all the different parts of your life so you're not like these fucking losers.
Of God, that was another test you failed.
Another display of Tori's apparent dominance over Brian. Tori tests Brian. Apparently, Tori wanted the boys to steer clear of any spiritual concept, even ones that connote evil, such as hell or Satan.
Evil is not an expression of God.
Yes, it is.
It's bullshit. You know it.
Evil, of origin, is a follower of fucking Satan.
There is no Satan.
Real? Then shut up.
Then how are we supposed to express ourselves?
Good and bad.
We're bad.
We're bad.
That sounds so shitty.
We're evil. That's not even shit.
The thing that is so chilling about this is that they're just hours away from killing somebody. And you know they did, because otherwise I wouldn't be reacting to this.
Here.
We're not, okay? They were sick psychopaths do not get pleasure of killing other people.
That sounds good, baby.
We're gonna go down in history. We're gonna be just like Scream, except real life terms.
That
We're gonna be
sounds
murderers.
good, baby.
Like, let's see, Ted Bundy, like the Hillside Strangler,
No.
the Zodiac Killer.
Those people are more amateurs compared to what we're gonna be.
The fact that the boys mocked heinous killers like Ted Bundy, the Hillside Strangler, and the Zodiac Killer, yet viewed themselves as superior, speaks to the boys' extremely pronounced exhibitions of narcissistic features.
We're gonna be more of higher sources of
Gene. Well, except we're done with that. Sick and that twisted.
Oh, do you know what Ed Gein's words were?
Do you know who Ed Gein was? Ed Gein was a serial killer in Wisconsin. Much the same like Jeffrey Dahmer was in Wisconsin. But Ed Gein, he made lamps out of his victims, and when the cops finally busted him, he had a heart boiling in a fucking pot on the stove.
Saw a girl walking down the street, right?
Yeah.
2 questions came to his head. I could take her out, have a nice time with her,
The killer.
and show her a
Get
good
her
time,
alive.
show him the pants off her, or I wonder what her head would look like on a stick.
Holy shit.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
That's creepy. I mean, how fucking awful.
Holy shit.
Among the 4 styles of humor, affiliative, self-defeating, self-enhancing, and aggressive, aggressive humor is most common in dark personalities. Draper and Adamczyk display aggressive humor here. Adamczyk references a quote spoken by Edmund Kemper. "When I see a pretty girl walking down the street, I think 2 things. One part of me wants to take her out, talk to her, be real nice and sweet and treat her right. The other part wonders what her head would look like on a stick." As a quote spoken by Ed Gein. Adamczyk misattributes this quote just as the main character in the film American Psycho does.
Murder is power. Murder is freedom. Goodbye.
I don't know.
The tapes then start off the next day, the day of Cassie's murder.
Man. The way man. That would, but I...
Perhaps Brian wanted to show one more snapshot of his normal life when he made these series of recordings on the same tape. Draper's steps are intentional as he turns each corner into the echoing hallways with a singular mindset. He holds the camera low as he approaches Cassie, a predator stalking its prey. She stands alone by her locker.
Hey, look, it's Cassie.
How tough would it be for the parents of this young lady to have to know all this, to know the planning, the preparation, the premeditation, all for what? Because you want to get famous?
Hey, look, I don't know. Hello, Cassie. I'm getting you on tape, okay? Say hi, please. Hi. Okay, see ya. Wait, have you seen Tori? He's supposed to meet me here at 7:30, and it's 8:19. He's an hour late. You don't even care, do you? Okay. See ya.
Draper immediately retreats to a bathroom and films his reflection, potentially self-conscious after his interaction with his future victim.
Wait, there are guys in here.
He seems lost in the ebb and flow of overlapping conversation that surrounds him, walking alone, unseen and unheard. The next clips again take place in Draper and Adamczyk's school. It appears that both are cutting class and using the library or study hall to finalize a written plan for the killing of Cassie to take place later that very same day.
So let's say they just buy some duct tape or a knife or something, but they never go kill her. They've already done a step towards committing the act, and they've made an agreement. So you would have conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Ugh.
Draper does most of the narration, with Adamczyk interjecting. Adamczyk is writing in a notebook, apparently making out written scenarios of how they will commit the murder later that night.
Sure. Story, September 22nd, 2006. We're skipping our 4th hour. We're writing our plan right now for tonight. It's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be cool.
Ugh.
Actually, tonight.
She's watching us. He's still watching us. Number 2 is what?
A genuine smile reaches the eyes, and as Draper beams at the camera, we can see his smile is real. Adamczyk follows suit. This is insidious insight into the minds of 2 teenage killers with intentions similar to Draper's idols, the Columbine perpetrators. We see behavior mirrored between the 2 pairs. In one picture, Harris and Klebold stand side by side, donning long trench coats, grinning from ear to ear as they load their guns. The FBI believed Harris was a boundlessly aggressive sociopath, and Klebold a vengeful depressive. Draper often glances at the recording of himself. When Adamczyk glances at the recording of himself, it is often just after Draper did so. Given that the tale of Narcissus includes the idea that the hero in the tale is obsessed with his own reflection due to competing folklore accounts, it's fitting to point out that this behavior is also consistent with narcissistic personality features. Without context, Draper and Adamczyk seem like normal 16-year-old students. They skip class and pretend to do homework.
These guys are not bright.
There's not much going on, I know. I'm sorry.
Their noticeably inconspicuous behavior seems like that pulled directly from the characters of a sitcom.
Yeah, if you're watching this, we're probably deceased. So it's pretty creepy.
I mean, that's chilling, isn't it? If you're watching this, we're probably deceased. Which they probably knew that once they do what they're going to do, there's no going back, and so they're going to probably take their own lives.
It's not of that. Whatever. Well, actually, that's what happens. You die.
This documentary is about
You have to go back home. I don't know. This tape has already been used about halfway through.
No shit.
Yeah. October is supposed to happen tonight. So hopefully nothing will go wrong. Everything will go smoothly. And we can get our first kill done, started, and we can keep going.
For you future serial killers watching this tape.
It's crazy how they can take delight in this and not really feel anything.
I don't know what to say.
It's
Good
really
luck
fun.
with that.
Yeah. Good luck.
Tori and Brian clearly wanted to send this video segment as a message. They seem to frame it as an interview with them, where they talk about their specific serial killer goals. Their nonverbal gestures frequently indicate what seems to be nervous fidgeting and/or excitement. We see the complex dynamic of their relationship. They play off and bolster one another, gaining momentum as they go. Humans thrive and adapt more efficiently with social support. Encouragement from
Like I said, they can't see past tomorrow, so what are they going to think, 20 years into their sentence? Unless they take their own lives.
friends and family often increases goal attainment, which contributes to overall improved quality of life. Individuals affected by severe mental illness are often socially isolated and frequently display avoidant tendencies that prevent them from forming healthy social bonds.
You and I wouldn't do this, obviously, right? And so what is your defense? Do you have a mental health defense? Is there like an insanity defense that you can all of a sudden wipe all this away? No, there isn't. The level of cognitive acumen that they're displaying by planning it out, by showing how much they're enjoying it, they're appreciating what they're doing. And it's that appreciation that gives rise to the mens rea, the criminal intent. And so when you've got these guys doing this, it's just so dark, isn't it? It's just so ridiculous. So to have a successful mental health defense, you have to either be incompetent, in which case you're going to stay into a facility for the rest of your life or however long, or you can't know right from wrong, basically. And they clearly, they got religious references. They're saying why this is wrong. The only reason this is wrong is because it's against the law. There's just no mental health defense that's even close to being applicable in this case.
However, Draper and Adamczyk share similar dark and terrifying tendencies, desires, and goals. A toxic and lethal combination primed for action.
Hopefully we don't have to go through 8 or 9 failures like we have.
Yeah. We've probably tried maybe 10 times, but they've never been on the loan, so.
Or when they have, their parents show up.
As long as we're patient, and
when we look at, like, say, the Menendez brothers, what's the difference there? That was a revenge killing. They killed their parents because supposedly they were getting sexually abused. And what happened there? Sentence got commuted from life without just to life with parole. But it was still an absolute bold-faced killing.
If you're patient, you never get paid off, because I guess it's on the loan. So you got our plan all worked out now, so. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Cassie's family, but she had to be the one.
I'm sorry to Cassie's family because she had to be the one. Why? There's no answer to that question, so let's quit asking.
Serial murderers often identify a special first target. First targets may form the basis for desired characteristics in future murder victims, i.e. blonde hair, short, quiet.
We have to stick with the plan. And she's perfect, so she's gonna die. And we're just on Kirsten Barnes' house, probably. And then we have a new victim now. Her name is Miranda Chacon. She started
just sleeping, so you
she
try to
told
kill
me
her.
to be quiet and to shut up, so now she's dead. I've always wanted to make a mark on the world and stuff. And this is a good way to do it.
We gotta kill all those fucking There's some Mormons out there.
I know. Combine my love of horror movies with my love of wanting to, be popular.
Hate us.
This goal may be driven by a subconscious yearning for general acceptance and feelings of belongingness.
No.
When you're a loser and you're on the outside and, you're not feeling loved or appreciated or recognized, this is their way of, I don't know what. I mean, give me a fucking break.
Never knows my name. Well, I care. Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold.
Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold. You think anybody gives a shit about those people except for the fact that they want them gone, and thank God that they are? It's just terrible. Terrible what these people are saying.
They're famous now. And their massacre lasted 45 minutes.
And nowadays, guess what happens to the parents? If they aided and abetted in any way, they're going to get prosecuted. Do you remember that case where the dad buys the kid a gun and the mom buys the kid the ammunition? They got held responsible for the murders.
And ours is probably going to last 2 weeks.
What happened? Really? Only 2 weeks?
Well, it just depends if we're smart or not, dude. If we're not,
Even if we could get part of it,
I think we'll get it out. Maybe 8 kills.
I'm like always 20.
20 kills.
That's a lot of kills.
That's a lot of people to kill.
But there's a lot of people on this planet.
I agree.
Before they die, I want to get stabbed. It's just no one kills that.
It seems that although Draper and Adam Chick conspired toward the same goal, one primary motivation behind their intent differs. They both seek fame and thrill, but Draper might be further involved by an obsessive fixation on Cassie, whereas Adam Chick fantasizes about killing multiple people, often. Adam Chick never mentions Cassie by name, and goes so far as to set a lofty goal of killing 20 people.
It shall be done. We'll see.
Oh my God, just see.
Well, if we're on there, breaking houses and get stuff.
I know.
3-piece. Shouldn't you be in class? Sir? Well, we're taking her back to the right now.
Oh, sorry. I just don't know.
Imagine being that kid you find out later you're on their videotape, and it probably was tape back in 2006. You're on their videotape, and they're planning a fucking murder. You have no idea.
No, it's cool. It's cool. We're just talking their names. Just for school. For school projects. I guess. Yeah, I guess you call it project, right?
Yeah.
What the hell are you guys doing?
It's quite nice.
Yeah, sometimes.
So
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Ever since. Are you playing soccer?
No, not this year. I decided to not play soccer this year. I have more important things to do.
Much more.
A lot more important. So, I'm not playing soccer.
This implies that Draper and Adam Chick had been planning Cassie's murder before the beginning of the school year. Adam Chick had called a friend on August 31st, 2006, to ask for help purchasing knives under the guise of wanting to start a collection. They would use them to kill Cassie less than a month later.
And you're on JV, I think it. Really? You're on varsity?
Importantly, as Draper fearlessly navigates the conversation, he displays little to no signs of anxiety or fear, calling into question his anxiety diagnosis. Remember this as we progress. Does Draper exhibit signs of anxiety, aggression, anger, or sadness? From the take-control behavior he displays here, we can infer that Draper is the primary instigator.
And what do you do as a parent of one of these kids, What kind of support does that child have? When you do everything you possibly can do for your son or daughter, and they still go off like this. I mean, don't you think that they have some sense of blame, Not actual blame unless they bought them the knives, but you can't keep track of your teenager, that all the time. We can put them on, Family 360 or whatever the heck that thing is, or monitor their phone and social media to a certain extent. But fucking A, the guilt you would have if your child did something like that.
Or the ringleader, but the evidence is conflicting.
I'm supposed to So I go to the game tomorrow. I'm gonna go
What game?
foosball.
You want to go?
I go with my grandpa. That's right after he eat. So.
Is this
So you taking some more classes?
No. Just not playing soccer. I know. It's terrible. What the hell are you doing? Put on our camera now. For all you viewers, this is the three-piece and biscuit. Three-piece and biscuit.
inside joke?
That's his name, man. And he plays foosball. And he stopped to say hi.
What would you do if you found out that was their fucking plan, and all of a sudden you're in their videotape?
Okay. Yep. Stay tuned. Hold on.
Their well-meaning classmate feigns choking, a perverse and ironic foreshadowing of the death that would occur later that night. This classmate later testified as a civilian witness in Adamchik's trial, State versus Adamchik.
If you're feeling hopeless, you're you smell, and your parents bought you a gun, and you don't have any friends, and you've been ostracized, don't fucking kill anybody. Go take a shower. Go get a fucking haircut. Go get some nice new clothes. Go try to hit on a hot chick. And if she doesn't, go to the next one. Go to the next one. Go to the find some hot chick or fat chick or ugly chick. Just do something other than trying to kill other people. I'm speaking to you, and you know who I'm talking to.
Adamchik. Their lighthearted interaction suggests that Draper and possibly Adamchik may have been more involved and accepted in their high school community than is typical of youth with violent and antisocial proclivities, as it seems Draper and Adamchik display. Draper specifically seems to have been well ingrained. During his trial, character witnesses explained that he appeared to be a healthy, happy teenage boy, which suggests he has a keen ability to blend into normalcy.
Oh, so we know that if he had character witnesses, it made its way to court.
Okay. So we're sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, we're back. Sorry for that other thing, but that's kind of not planned, but
Who's the fucking audience here? I mean, who is this? Who are you apologizing to? Sorry for that little thing. Give me a break.
shit happens.
You sound kind of big. Sorry for that little thing.
Okay.
Who's surprised, Ken?
That's my food, dude.
Now you know what kind of person Brian is.
Hey, come on.
I like the way this scenario begins. And we kill her.
Just go ahead. End it.
So one of the things that'll happen, is this. I'm guarantee you the judge would see this. If you have character witnesses showing up to spare you, in some mitigating way, you didn't afford this to your victims, did you? You didn't give them a chance to mitigate their circumstances,
Okay. Scenario C.
For those of you planning to make a movie about this, this is me personally giving you my
Obituary.
no,
Your information.
my
What?
giving you the right to copy me with a character that looks like me. Because I know in Hollywood they usually
How delusional are these kids? Talking about somebody to play you in the movie.
have people complain they can't have people
Oh,
looking
yeah.
like
Yeah.
the real thing.
His creeping drawl as he speaks of his future fame is chilling. He displays pronounced narcissistic behavior.
I don't care. It's my body, and I get to choose how I look in the movie, and I want you to look just like the character to look like it.
Well said, well said.
So if my parents are like, no, you can't do that, it's not my parents' choice, it's mine.
Say fuck him, and then just do it.
Yeah. And if they try and sue you, use the state as a backup. See ya. They can't do it.
Yep. I hear you. I'm the same way. Okay.
Scenario C.
How about Matt arrives at the same time as Cass? How about...
See, they're so committed and they're so into this planning and everything. It's not real to them yet.
We hide inside the house. Me, sorry, our locker. Got my Halloween
Pretty
stuff.
fucking sweet, isn't it?
My trench coat. Isn't it?
Adam Chick's locker is evidence of his obsession with horror. Posters plaster the inside. Unsurprisingly, we see the movie Scream.
Decently sweet. Smokes you.
Well, I'm gonna watch.
Look at those little legs.
What a fag.
Let's go.
We see that his television is on, and a closer examination reveals that the movie that inspired Cassie's murder, Scream, is playing. Just hours prior to the murder at approximately 5:28 p.m., Draper seems to be practicing and gathering momentum, hyping himself up for what will follow. We hear a brief, chilling, and discordant musical hum before we find ourselves back with the pair and Adam Chick's car.
We're here in his car. The time is 9:50, September 22nd, 2006.
Just the amount of planning and observation, their own observations, it's so raw, isn't it? And now it's just an hour before they take the life of this young...
Unfortunately, we have the grueling task of killing our two friends. And they are right in that house just down the street.
We just talked to them. We were there for an hour. But
We checked out the whole house. We know there's lots of doors. There's lots of places to hide. I unlocked the back doors, so it's all locked. Now we just gotta wait. And we're really nervous right now, but you know, we're ready.
we're listening to the greatest rock band
We've
ever,
waited for this for a long time.
Pink Floyd, before we commit the ultimate crime of murder.
We waited for this for a long time.
A long time.
We'll stay tuned. Just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke.
I'm shaking.
I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude, I just killed Cassie.
Draper divulges that he stabbed Cassie in the throat, and shortly following, we hear a full variant of the phrase, "just killed Cassie," as "I just killed Cassie."
You don't have this in cases, you know, in my almost 30 years of practice, I've never had it where somebody is documented basically the idea, from the birth of the idea to, some joking around about it, to the planning of it, to just before it, and then just after it. I've never seen anything like this.
In the interviews that followed, the two attempted to downplay their roles in the crime. Moreover, Draper claimed he only stabbed Cassie because Adam Chick told him he had to. In stark
That's not a defense, you dumb shit. I wouldn't have done it if he wouldn't have told me to do it.
contrast to his claim, Draper singularly stakes claim to Cassie's murder here, stating "I" instead of "we."
And guess what? I did it. In for a penny, in for a pound. So at the very least, if the other guy didn't do it, he's in for a conspiracy. But at the very most, it's aiding an offender. And guess what? Aiding an offender, in for a penny, in for a pound. You get the same responsibility as though you stabbed her yourself.
Oh, fuck? That felt like it wasn't even real. I mean, it went by so fast.
Shut the fuck up. We gotta get our act straight.
It's okay. Okay, let's buy movie tickets now.
Okay.
Come on. Goodbye.
No.
Goodbye.
As he straddles the line between shock and euphoria, consider one key observation. Draper's voice is crystal clear. Draper transitions through periods of low, moderate, and severe slurring and stuttering throughout these videos. Accounts of friends and family indicate that Draper had a noticeable stutter throughout childhood. He was targeted by his peers, a victim of bullying. The forensic psychologist responsible for his evaluation believed this contributed to the development of his violent tendencies. Medical research has yet to explain how stutters develop. Generally, their cause is believed to be a complex mix of biological, psychological, and environmental factors. Childhood trauma is often associated with stuttering and may lead to long-term deficits in speech. Brain structure and genetics, often determinants of mental illness, may also play a role. Individuals who suffer from serious mental illness are more likely to experience problems with cognitive processing that lead to
There ain't no mental illness that's going to take care of this case for these boys.
speech impairment. Draper stuttering is a distinct, mysterious characteristic.
Stuttering is not an excuse for murdering. It just isn't. Jesus.
In this intense moment of heightened arousal, he does not stutter once.
I guess your eyes were up, chest moving. I thought it didn't go like this. I thought it was joking, you know, like yeah, it's a joke. They're trying to, you know, he's trying to flash it or it didn't look fake at all. And he said, we have to kill her. I can't believe I did this. And he said, we have to kill her. And so we stabbed it out of the way. And then he just kept, I heard it go in. I heard the chest, like, pound on the chest. It was supposed to happen. It was supposed to be a joke.
It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke. Notice how different he is when he's alone. You know, peer groups in high school are everything. Everything. Try taking social media away from some kids. I mean, it's the only thing that they have. But now he's not laughing now. He's not with his buddy.
We just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke.
I'm shaking.
I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body just disappear.
The two were sent to Idaho State Correctional Institution following their initial convictions and remain set to live the rest of their lives in prison.
All for what? For nothing. For a momentary thrill. I tell you, I just can't even begin to imagine the depravity that, you know, these parents have experienced through their children. Their lives are gone. You know, if this was my kid, you think I'd visit that little fucker in prison? Not a chance. Not a fucking chance. You know, you forfeited your right to live, basically. I'm not a proponent of the death penalty at all. I just don't think it's equally applied and whatever. But if there's ever a reason for it, this would be it. Anyway, so I guess I'm a little wrung out after this one. We'll see you next time on Criminal Lawyer Reacts. Make sure you go get some merch now that we watch this shit, because that merch will make you happy. So go to CLRBruceRivers.com for hats and hoodies and all the goodies. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Sign up for Patreon, and we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts.
So, you know, bad grandma's got to stay secure. And how does she do that? She does that with CyberGhost VPN. CyberGhost VPN is an application that will allow you to browse the internet while protecting you fully. Right now, it's 84% off, 4 months free. So the link is below, and don't end up a cautionary tale.
Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. 23-hour lockdown, please, is that my God?